Something on my mind, man, that I don't think the majority of black people understand. I don't think we understand how we get played by labels. And what I mean, so Trump, when he was giving money to Democrats and Republicans, because he was a donor. So it depended on who he was rocking with, who he wanted to see in office. He gave money to. He gave money to Bill Clinton, money to Hillary Clinton, so on and so forth, right? He fucked with all the niggas. You know what I'm saying? Everybody loved Trump. When you listen to 90s hip hop, that was the epitome of being rich. Is saying Trump in your rap line, right? Soon as that man switched his label from liberal to conservative Republican, now all of a sudden he's racist. I will go far as say he always been racist. It just boiled down to money with him. See, now let me point something else out to y'all black folk that y'all just, I don't think folks sit around and we'll study, why Beyonce danced the way she danced, or Chris Brown came up out the Raptors. How was he hanging by the suspenders and all that? We'd analyze all that shit. We'd analyze all the bullshit in the hood, who's sleeping with who got a disease. We analyze all that, right? You know what I'm saying? We got that down pat. But what we don't got down pat, and that's why we keep getting played, is we don't have the political mindset. The political mindset should tell you, how I'm about to break this down. Joe Biden was just in office, right? Joe Biden and Kamala, right? While they was in office, it started with Obama. Because Clinton was tough on crime. So it started with Obama. Then when when Joe Biden, Kamala got their ass in there in 2020, they put all them prosecutors and judges in that was soft on crime. Now niggas sitting back like, man, I did X, Y, and Z and I was able to get out on tether, or I did this and man, they dropped the charges. And in California, people going in there stealing. If you stole something that didn't equal the $500, you didn't even really didn't go to jail. You got a no bail. So people just doing crime and we falling for it. We thinking, yeah, Kamala and Joe Biden, they fucking with us. Not knowing they work together, brother. So while these little so-called YNs, and we got to stop calling them YNs and start calling them young black men or young men. It's kind of like a lot of shit me and my baby mama didn't agree on, but a lot of shit we did agree on. And I never forget my oldest child, when he was born, and I had said something like, man, he being bad. And my baby mama was like, if you put that label on him, he's gonna basic absorb that. Now at the time, 30, I ain't, I'm like, yeah, okay. But then I see what she was saying. If you keep saying, man, he's so bad, or man, she's so bad, they're gonna become that way. Right? So if we keep saying YNs, and we hyping them up with the little Scullies and all that, what you think they're gonna continue doing? They're gonna continue doing the bullshit that they doing. Versus calling them young men or young black men or young brother, king, whatever how you want to announce it. But gotta put it in the air differently if you want them to react differently. Because most of these young kids out here right now, side note, they just in pain. A lot of them didn't grow up with their fathers, their mothers. No disrespect, but it's a reason why the white man, made black women the face of the black community and the face of the households for a reason. Not saying women can't do it, because when you have this conversation with women, the first thing they say, well, my brother, my cousin, my da da da. That's a small amount of black men that escaped, and a lot of them did it on their own. They just take credit. It's kind of like a football player who put all the work in. You know, his mom might took him to practice and did, you know, certain things, but then he'll get on camera and be like, love you, mom. So it makes her feel like she did the most. He was just that football player, that young black boy just appreciated that his mom was there. But he really wanted his daddy there. See? So that's why a lot of NFL players, what they end up having, domestic problems, money problems, anger issues. Even though they got this big ass contract, got all the money, got all the women, got everything that they need, they still crash out. Why? Because you need a father. Another side note, that's why they don't like Shedeur Sanders, because he came with a strong father. The shit that they can pull on them single mother niggas that came from the, you know, oh man, sleep on the floor and all that type of shit. We was poor and didn't have my dad, my mom. They can pull that shit on the LeBron Jameses and all them niggas that didn't have their daddies. They can't pull that shit on Shedeur. They love niggas that's poor and desolate so they can say, look, I'm the one who saved them. White people have a savior's mentality. That's why you'll take a white woman, an actress, she'll go to Africa and go grab some kids, Madonna, I forgot the other chick name, and they take them and do whatever, and then I pulled them out the Congo, and look at them, they're prospering. A lot of them end up being LGBT members. So white people got a savior's complex, but just because they have a savior's complex don't mean they not racist. And I say that to say, we saw how Kamala and Joe Biden put the people in play that made it easier to do crime, basically. It was a setup. In the hood, we call it rocking your ass to sleep. Now, we not thinking, especially on the street level. Niggas is like, yeah, well, I'm able to do this and do that. Man, I ain't getting nothing but probation. I got a tether. Whoop-de-whoop, whoop-de-whoop. Not knowing it's called election cycles. It swings. We only have two parties. We have a third party, which is independent, but it ain't really relevant like that, like Democrat and Republican. So it's a pendulum. If y'all notice, if y'all study anything about history and you look at, okay, damn, Clinton got 4 years. Damn, Clinton got another 4 years. So he got 8. The country was tired of Democrats. Guess who stepped in there? Bush Jr. Bush Jr. got 8. They got tired of the Republicans. Here come Obama. Obama got in there for 8. Country got tired of him. Here come Trump. Trump went so far off the rails, he didn't want to play the game. That's how Kamala and Joe Biden got in, and I honestly think they got in with the cheating shit. Because I honestly think Dog won, but he was so polarizing and so, you know, stumped down. People was like, even hardcore white racists like, damn, nigga, you taking the whole shit off right now. Nigga, come on, like, put the mask back on. But Trump didn't. So that's how Kamala and them slid in there. But then Kamala and Joe Biden fucked up so much that Trump then slid back in there. So now you got Trump back in there. But they all work together because it all boils down to money and power, nigga. With all the YNs or young black men running through DC, Chicago, I'm here in Detroit, just terrorizing the streets, right? And they getting slaps on the wrist, right? Trump in the building now. So Trump gonna go through and agitate. He like like if you got a scab, he gonna come through and pick at the scab. That's why you see the videos of the police and the FBI going through there. And he purposely putting the FBI in there because a white man threw a Subway sandwich at a motherfucking FBI dude, and he facing 5 years felony federal. So that's why he's sending the feds in. See, niggas not peeping the play. You can't breathe wrong. You know what I'm saying? And the feds, you like you can wrestle with a city cop. You can get some time. You know, but when you fuck with a fed, they gonna throw the book at you. They got much more resources than the city and the state. See? So it's a play that he running. Kamala, Joe Biden, Obama set the play up for what you want to call it, when Joe Biden crime bill is crime. I ain't gonna say crime bill 2.0. I'm gonna say crime bill 3.0. So y'all gotta understand how they work together. The white races is Democrat and Republican. They take turns fucking with niggas because we're profitable. Crime is profitable. So when Kamala, Joe Biden, Obama was letting shit slide, it's profitable. See, when niggas is tearing up and fucking up the community and doing all the shit they doing, guess what that does? Drops the property value. People move out, they get scared. So now you have apartment buildings. You have a lot of shit that is destroyed. Now they can send in, we need, the cities, Detroit, Chicago, even though they Democratic mayors and Democratic cities, we need more funding. They take the funding and what they do, they shuttled it to immigrants, the illegal immigrants. It's called allocation. You allocate money. You can get money. You don't have to necessarily allocate it all to the police. You could just say, hey man, crime is up in my city and I need money to protect it. Whoop, whoop, whoop. But then they get the money, like the mayor, I think his name is Brandon something. I want to say Jennings. Brandon something. He a foreigner. He look black. It's like a clone Tyrone situation going on out here. A lot of these mayors, peep game, a lot of these mayors in these Baltimore, DC, a lot of these major cities, Detroit about to get one. I think old girl, because she going to end up being the first female. They're going to be hyping it up, black female, but she look foreign to me. I don't think she foundational black America. I don't think her roots go all the way back to the soil. That's just my personal opinion. But a lot of these mayors in these major Democratic cities are foreigners. And if they ain't foreigners, they LGBT or they with white folk. So when they get the funding, that's why Brandon doing what he doing in Chicago, they in a damn deficit because he gave majority. They say they might not be able to have school functioning in Chicago because they gave all that money to them illegal immigrants to make sure they were straight. Mayor Karen Bass in California doing the same thing as we speak. So don't get caught up in labels. Peep motherfuckers' actions. If y'all don't understand that all white people are racist, they inherently racist. It can be light racist, it can be heavy racist. Me personally, I like what Trump doing. I like that Trump taking the mask off and all these white people all hyping, the police all hyping. Everybody's showing their true colors right now. They not hiding the fact they don't like niggas. They ain't gotta put up with us. They feel because they feel like we got a champion in the White House that fuck with us. So they not even hiding they disdain for us. That's a good thing because now we see who the enemy is. And the ones that's being quiet. So y'all know in the hood, we know how to separate motherfuckers, right? We know if somebody that we don't fuck with, and then we got a motherfucker that say they cool with us, and they quiet, so that means they sitting on the fence. They ain't like choosing the side like, yeah, you my nigga, I ain't fucking with him or her. Then what we do? We cut everybody off, right? So all the white liberal Democrats right now, what is they doing right now? What is they saying about what they doing in D.C.? He want to go in Chicago and he want to go into Baltimore. He going to end up going into Detroit because Detroit having some problems right now. It's a dude, rest in peace to the sister, but nigga went into Henry Ford, shot his ex-wife, killed her. So Detroit, and it's been wild in the last couple of days in Detroit, man. Just shooting after shooting, killing after killing. So he might even say Detroit soon. I know he said Chicago, Baltimore. They in DC right now. So what I'm saying to y'all is, man, the play was set up. Because now Trump sending in all the folk and they getting all the funding, but they also going to lock a lot of motherfuckers up. What that's going to do to the federal pen and the state pen, the city jails, the police, the probation officers, the judges. Black crime is fucking profitable, dude. So if you think Google 2017 to like 2020, or even 2020 to 2022, maybe 2023, and see the crime rates amongst black men. They was going this way, right? So that's why it was the setup to, hey, you can steal something and you won't get nothing but probation, or you might just get a slap on the wrist. You might not get no jail time. Niggas doing hella crimes, gun crimes, stealing cars, doing all kind of bullshit, and they was getting off. It's the setup. So I told you, you got election cycles. They know that a Republican gonna come around and be on that shit. And it was Trump. And he on his shit, which is the same as Joe Biden, same as Kamala, same as Obama. It's all the fucking same. Once we get that through our head, black people, we're gonna be a lot better. The minister Louis Farrakhan said we got one more hurdle to jump. The hurdle that we need to jump is to understand them people that cry about the Holocaust and they say they the same as us, them the same people that's funding all the bullshit. See, they the ones with the money. They the ones with the banks. They funding this shit. They playing both sides of the motherfucking coin. That's the last hurdle, because that's where the funding come from. In my city, Lansing, Michigan, they got the so-called first Jewish mayor, Andy Shore. Since that man has been mayor, the city of Lansing has went to shit. And I just wrote a whole little thing on my Facebook in this group to let my people know it's by design. This ain't by no coincidence that now all of a sudden you got apartment buildings all boarded up, houses and shit falling apart, the city just falling apart. That's for it to go down so big business can come in, buy it dirt cheap, and build the shit up, push you niggas further out the damn city. Crime, oh, now we can militarize our police department and get more funding to be tough on crime. See? Because when they get tough on crime, even on niggas in my city gonna be like, yeah, that's good. Yeah. You don't even see the play, brother. They allow this shit to happen so that they can be so-called tough on crime. So when you see a nigga get slammed on his neck, tased or something, you ain't gonna be like, oh man, y'all shouldn't be doing that. Y'all gonna be like, yeah, that's what they get. That's what they deserve. They allowed them niggas, them so-called YNs. That's why they running with that label online and all that shit. All these hoe-ass podcasts is from the goddamn Vlad and all Adam 22. They love putting those so-called YNs on there. Shit by design, nigga, is to get you, you know, basically on the goddamn ranch or back in slavery. So try to think a little bit more, my people. I know we love talking about each other. I know who hitting who? Man, he hitting his baby mama. Or, yeah, man, they say dog got that package. Such. Man, they say old girl, man, got herpes. Man, they say son. We good at gossiping and trying to find out everything in the hood. But what we don't do is try to find out what the fuck these white politicians be on. Why you think TMZ is profitable? We talk shit about TMZ, but ain't no black man. I done thought about it. I know maybe other black men and black women have thought about it, but we ain't putting it into action to create a alliance amongst black people in different cities. Like you got niggas in Cali, niggas in Detroit, and there's white folk in these cities that be moving around doing whole shit. Just like how TMZ got their alliances and they pay the people. Even if they black or not, they pay the people to pop up out the bushes on niggas and be, hey, what you doing? Do. We need to do the same thing. We need WMZ, nigga. White MZ, nigga. You get what I'm saying? But we don't think like that because we always worrying about what the fuck we doing or who doing what in our hood or in our community. We're not worrying about them people. We need to start studying them people and see why. Okay, hold up. He say he fuck with us. Or even because they good at putting a so-called black face up. And they get Africans, they get Jamaicans and Haitians that look like us. Even some even talk like us. Some even dance like us. But they not us. Listen to what Kendrick trying to tell y'all. It's a message in the song. It's not just towards Drake, man. Kendrick is a thinker. So he trying to tell the people with a message, with a beat. They not like us. The movie Clone Tyrone, Jamie Foxx was trying to put us up on game. They not like us, man. Think about all the movies and television shows now. Do they have foundational black Americans? Or are they putting all these immigrants in these movies and these television shows? Even in the music industry. Doche, whatever her name is. You know, all these entertainers that's getting, oh, they the biggest thing since sliced cheese. But they ain't really us. So they good at using us to trick us. So we have to be much smarter moving forward. Because if we don't tighten up, it's gonna get bad for us. Trump doing what he doing for us. I know a lot of y'all don't see it. A lot of y'all probably gonna come across and be like, that nigga out of his motherfucking mind. But it's good that people are showing their true colors. I'm 48 years old. I enjoy the fact that people I was cool with back in the day show their true colors, and then I see. I don't hate them. I enjoy the memories I done had with them, male or female. But then you see their true colors and their true intentions. So you sit back and say, damn, I would have put my life on the line for them. I would have did X, Y, and Z for them. So sometimes you got to wake up, man. And in the black community, we need to wake up and peep game and see that we've been played. The liberals set the play. Republicans execute the play. All right? Y'all enjoy your day, man. Peace.